Hi, this is John, and this is week 118 of Dreams Devlog. So, last week I lied. I lied pretty badly. I lied on multiple fronts. It was actually this week where we finished all the writing. I realized there's a scene and a bunch of scenes that Dhruv wrote that Angel didn't get to, but she got to it this time. And she made a comparison, and obviously Dhruv writes much better than I do. But aside from the writing, we've also worked on the treasure chest. Sorry, there's a kid kicking ball, and I'm just like making sure it's not gonna hit me. I've also gone through a couple rest of the scenes to make sure that there's a treasure chest with all the items in it. On top of that, I told you guys last week, but I also made a new equipment, and this is our very first defensive equipment. Whenever you take damage, you heal 1% of your max health back. So I think it's pretty cool, and that'll be our very first one. Might make a couple more, and depending on how it's triggered, it'll be different. Now, the real thing that I've done this week is our Botto card game. So Dhruv actually got to talk to this guy. I'm so sorry, but I do not remember the website's name. But there are these people who do a lot of board games, and they're related to PAX East, apparently one of the higher ups or something. But they've suggested us to market Brave Eduardo with our card game. So this week I've actually worked on the card game. I've gone through every single card to make sure every single card's ability with 2 abilities or more cut down to 1. Anything with uncertain activation trigger times, I've also cut it to, I wrote it exactly at the beginning of the turn or at the once per your turn. I made it very, very clear this time. On top of that, I've also gone through every single one, and I started preparing a booklet. That's the instruction booklet for Botto, and this time you guys will be able to see clearly how you actually play the game. And this is the one that's the hardest because I didn't expect making a booklet would be this difficult. Now finally, there's also the box. We're not exactly sure what kind of box we're going to use to sell Botto in. So we've been going through a couple of suggestions and some of the selections. I think that's a better word, not suggestion. And I also found out a way for me to work on the art of the box. So I'm going to order 1 or 2 of them, maybe one very fancy one for possibly influencers. But that's generally what I've done this week, and it's going to be more Botto related until Matt finishes his music. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
It's not often that someone comes along who is a true fan and listens to the end. You are both. You shall find us here